So let's start the conversation, whatever the questions, queries, or practical things you have. So, how many of you have undergone the process of self-realization? All or one, two, three, four, five, almost all, right?
I've been to before.
Okay, બાકી કોણ રહ્યો? એ તો બોલે હેત બાકી કઈ નો પ્રોબ્લેમ. તો તારું નામ શું? હરિહર. તારું તો થઈ ગયું છે ને? ઓકે. હા, તારું નામ શું? Avi. મને 2 વર્ષ થઈ ગયા એટલે I have to recollect the name. So please tell everybody's name. મને Moksha. Hey. Avi. Harihan. Arav. Kush. Yashvi. Shia. Okay. So if I forget name, please remind me. I have little poor, less RAM for name memory. So once or twice I translate. So would you like to start? Anybody? So
Yes, we didn't get questions.
No.
So anyway, I'll start somewhere.
You should.
Please.
You told me a question already.
Yes, we have. Because Yashi was saying you would ask questions, that's why.
Whatever. See, we are friends, so please, with open heart, you can ask anything and everything. But just if I start somewhere, see, this is a divine science of our own inner self. We have n number of sciences outside, right? Information technology, I can sit here, we can talk at the end of the world, seeing the face. So technology has advanced sciences, advanced in all fields, IT, telecommunication, genetics, stem cells, nanotechnology, and that's fine. It has given us a lot of comforts, amenities, luxuries. Now, when I look inside, do I need any, science is a knowledge. Do I need anything to, what is more important, the world outside or the world inside? Anybody? Inside. So I need to know, if I know the world inside, I'll be able to make best use of it, right? So this science is about our inner world, eye, mind, speech, body, how they are connected, how best they can work with a given time, how best I can get my self, and if I get myself to know not only that I experience my inner bliss, but I can also use my inner potentials in best possible way. So it's a science of eye with mind, speech, body, then inner happenings, outer happenings, natural regulatory system, natural laws as a whole. So what are the advantages of that? So advantages is first and foremost in my daily living. See, everybody of us, and you are also now progressing, right? Jobs, studies, and coming to the new situations, very many new people to meet with and deal with. So many things everybody of us has to go through. So what understanding or what knowledge light can help me to navigate through all these situations so that I will have a happy, harmonious, positive and meaningful living or outcome? Then it allows me to know my inner potentials so I can make best use of it. It allows me to experience my inner freedom and inner bliss. So in any tasting situations also I can be fine with myself, I can be steady, I can navigate with self-confidence or self-esteem, whatever word you use it. So that's the backbone of everything. Resources are there. But if I don't have my inner self-esteem or self-confidence or self-reliance, then probably I may not be able to use it in the best possible interest of mine, right? And ultimately, I want to know the eternal truth. Who am I? What's the purpose? What's the permanent thing within me? What are the characteristics? How I balance both my inner living as well as that is to say relative and real. So when I met Dadaji, I was 18 years of age and I was a medical student. So I also have the experience of both. And Dadaji said me, giving this vision, he said me both relative and real should go parallel. Means mind, body, speech, my outer living. I was a medical student, so pursued medical studies, now practicing with my family, with my patients, with everybody. And then at the same time, I have the inner self, pure self or a soul. So how both can be performing best? And this is my experience of 46, 47 years, that both help each other. They are not obstructing each other, they are helping each other like the two words of a being or a two tracks of a train. So this is the So this way it's a wonderful Vitara Vignan or a divine science which we are blessed to have it. The world doesn't have these insights, we have it. So if we understand, and second most important thing, it doesn't ask for any outer rituals, traditions, no renunciations. You can enjoy your life, whatever you are doing as it is. But this knowledge light helps us to have the best in all the situations. So we are blessed that we have this vision, we have this connectivity, we have these connections. So how we can use it? And again, there is always a compare and contrast that whatever I'm living outside, that see there are two types of happiness: happiness from outer world, happiness from inner world. So how both can synchronize? What is what? So based on that, whatever questions, whatever you want to know, we can go through. So one is whatever inquisitiveness or inquiry you have, we can deal with that. Then we can deal with the routine part, that what is Tri Mantra, why it should be dealt with, what is Charan Vidhi, what is Jnana Vakya, or whatever you want to know in English, whatever little I can speak in English, I'll try to do it with you in English, and anything else you want to know. Right? So you can start, anybody, or we start from here. Everybody has to say one thing or ask one thing. Can we start here?
પેલી બાજુ ચાલો
પેલી બાજુ ચાલો પેલી બાજુ ચાલો કરો, બસ કઈ વાંધો નહીં, એમાં શું, આપણે તો ગમે ત્યાં ચાલુ કરવાનું, એટલે our time should be best used in the best possible way, right? કારણ કે you also will have only this Sunday, probably those who are working will have the free time right now, and we reached just 4, so a part of Sunday is already used up. So please, whatever.
Why should we do like Charan Vidhi?
Okay, very good question. So first of all, do you know what Charan Vidhi is for? Then we come to why should we do it. Okay, no, whatever you know.
That's for like our pure soul, like Shuddhatma, to
Yes.
remember.
Yeah, it's a reinforcing our Shuddhatma understanding. So simply if I put, we have the food for body, right? Then only one type of food. How many type of foods we can have? Anybody? Food for body we know. Any other foods? Food for mind? No. Food for mind is whatever goes through these 5 senses inside, good or bad, inspirational or not. It affects our mind or psyche, right? So it's food means intake or ingress. So we see YouTube, we see WhatsApp, we see any other thing, we see news, or we read something, inspiration, that everything goes inside. That's a food for psyche or food for mind. And then it's a food for soul, means nourishing our pure self. So as she says rightly, Charan Vidhi, we are blessed with the vision that I am pure soul self, free from mind, speech, body, name belonging, attachments, bhav karma, dravya karma, and no karma. So far before I was doing only one thing. Now that I know that this is there, I am Dr. Shailesh is correct, but this is my relative viewpoint. So the relative has its own properties. As a real self, I am pure soul self, having my own n number of properties, and 3 are main: infinite knowledge light, infinite perception light, and infinite bliss. But this has been given to me as a vision, as an understanding, right? So to be able to use it maximally and experience its properties, which are now in words, during my daily living. This recharge, see, we recharge our phone, right? If we don't recharge, it won't function well. So similarly, we are recharging our pure soul self by reciting the Charan Vidhi. Now, Charan Vidhi has 2 parts. One is relative, one is real. That is why it is known as Vyavhar, Nishchay, or Nishchay Vyavhar Charan Vidhi. Means it's not only real, it's not only relative, it's relative, real, both. And the relative, it will help my experience of the real self. So some sentences are for relative, some sentences are for real. And if you see, so we are asking for both. But if we talk more about the part of reinforcing my qualities, then I'm pure soul self, I'm at most pure soul self, I'm pure soul self like a Siddha Bhagwan, then I'm free from mind, speech, and body, I'm formless, I'm shapeless, and whatever qualities we have, we are reinforcing, means reciting and reinforcing or recharging ourselves. So that is 4 or 5 sentences we just spoke at the beginning of our conversation, so that our chitta vritti or our things become stable inside, the atmosphere becomes stable, and we experience a different energy. So that is to say, we whatever we are speaking in words, we will have a gradually increasing experience of the pure soul self. That is one thing. Second thing, as we connect up with our real or pure soul self, the clouds of the relative get dispersed. Whatever jitteriness I have in my mind, whatever jitteriness I have in my reflective consciousness, that gets settled, or that the clouds get dispersed. So my relative also becomes happy and it functions well. All my energies on relative as well as experience in real both become higher or better. This is in nutshell. So, like if we don't do it, then what happens? Again, the clouds will come. Clouds of relative or clouds of all the relative world will come up, and our experience will be on a low level, because then we will not be able to use that I am pure soul self or I am utmost pure soul self, free of mind, speech, and body. So, to make whatever we have this divine vision, to nourish that divine vision and to experience the qualities, and simultaneously to be able to use relative and real, we are doing Charanvidhi. Now, any sub question in Charanvidhi you can again ask. So, this is the second question. Sometimes we have a question that it takes a while, it takes 25-30 minutes, and I don't have time of 25-30 minutes as I'm rushing through my routine. So, what should I do? So, there are two things, two suggestions. One, at least I make or I decide, and I say that whenever I get time, I should do it during the daytime. If that is not possible, because unless I decide, I will not be able to find time for that. So better decide that whenever I get time, sometimes not in the morning, but maybe later in the day, if I can do Charanvidhi, it would be good. If not, what I personally do is, I also have a day starting sometimes at 7 to go to the surgery, operation theatre and whatnot. So I do it in a concise way. What concise way I do is, if I have time, I'll do it fully. If I don't have time, I'll speak my Shuddhatma properties as I spoke right now. So few of the Shuddhatma properties I'll speak, at least 8 minutes, so that my relative and real gets separated and my real experience is steady to go through the day. I hope you are getting me. So once I have done that, then I go to my clinic, I see the patients, I can see relative real in them. The surgeon is ready to operate, so I tell Shailesh that, okay, I'm Shuddhatma, full of infinite energy, you do it quietly so that everybody gets the best possible results and no complications occur. Because that's the most delicate job he's doing, I1 as a surgeon, right? So when I'm Shuddhatma, it helps this also. Okay? So this is how this is being done. And in Charanvidhi, if you want to understand any few sentences or something, then we can take that also up right now or later, whenever you want.
Okay.
But in gist, this is the basis behind Charanvidhi, because this divine vision has come to us or given to us as a basic understanding or basic vision by the grace. But then to nourish it and to take it to the fullest of experience. So Dadaji said, Beej thi Purnima Gujarati ma, in a moon, if we see the cycle, then there are 15 days of darkness and 15 days of the lighter, means brighter moon. So it starts with a small moon on the second day and then it becomes a full moon on the 15th day. So as I got the vision that I'm the pure soul self, free from mind, speech and body, I just started with a beach, second day. Now as I do this, it will go on to my full moon of experience. So that's the basic intention behind doing Charanvidhi. Any more questions are welcome.
Okay.
Sure.
I think I'm good right now.
No, that is okay. But see, our heart should be satisfied that, okay, now I know or understand properly. There's nothing wrong. It's always better to ask, discuss, interact. That's fine. We also used to ask Dadaji questions, or we also means to understand the things. Okay? Because this is an uncharted territory for me. This is the road less traveled or road new for me. So unless I know it well, I'll not be able to traverse or get the best experience while traveling that road. Okay.
Mhm.
These people are shy, so you lead them. So then they'll ask.
What?
Yes, you ask your question.
Whatever comes to your mind. She started with a nice question. Whatever comes, you can please tell.
Um, um,
Anybody ready with the question can start. Meanwhile, she will frame her question.
Is there like does years matter how much you put into like trying to become a pure soul? Like what if it's like an elderly that's trying to like get into it, right? In a way, trying to learn more about it. And there's a person that's very young that started off from parent. Like I don't know how to explain it,
એ જો હું
but
પૂછતો છે કોઈ વધારે older હોય ને જો like 70 years 60 years
they
એ
pick
લોકો
up on
બહુ
it.
પછી ચાલુ કરલો આવી રીતના knowledge ને કોઈ younger ચાલુ કરે કોઈ difference હોય એમાં.
Yeah.
Definitely. The younger will be more fortunate, more blessed because they have a whole life to go
Right.
with this beautiful divine knowledge. So you will be at an advantage. The earlier you start, the better. You're
Yeah,
both livings.
What if person that's the older person, he doesn't have that much time to like reflect on that. So
yes,
how
I
can he-
understood your point. So
Yeah.
that is why I'm saying the younger ones are more blessed ones, or
Mhm.
more fortunate ones because they have the whole life to work with both the things, relative and real. With the elder ones, they have lesser time.
Right.
But this is the thing કે જાગ્યા ત્યાંથી સવાર ગુજરાતીમાં કહે છે whenever you wake up it's good for you but yes, of course the younger ones are more fortunate or more blessed to have this vision. The younger you are, better you will be benefited.
Yeah.
That's and a second thing, not only you have tried whole lifespan but you have best energy.
Right.
Because whole young people have good energy, everything, and you are going to pass through the whole practical living. So by all means, it is best to have it in younger life or younger years.
Yeah.
That's why I was also fortunate to get it at the age of 18. When I had finished my first MBBS, medical schools we had to have 3 terms of 1.5 years each. So first term of 1.5 year was over and these 2 more to go. In between, I had a vacation of 2 weeks. And then Mother Nature took me to Dadaji, not knowing what really I am going for, but then the experience was wonderful. And that is continuing for, I got it in 1977. So it's almost 47 years now. In 27, I'll have 50 years. Yeah, please.
આ બધું like આપણે જ્યારે knowledge મળે ત્યારે is that all dependent on your karma?
Yeah, partly yes. Initially, yes, it depends on your karmas because unless and otherwise you had. Now, how the karmas come up when once you have raised the question of karma, I think it's better we understand the science of karmas also, right? It does depend on our karma. That's perfectly correct. But what the karmas are and how the karmas function. And there are 2 types of karmas. One is seed and one is fruit, right? You are sowing the seeds, you are reaping the fruits. Or in simple terms, cause and effect. So now whatever the effect we are undergoing is through the accumulation and dispersion of circumstances. So Dadaji termed as scientific circumstantial evidences. So how that we all came together today, it's because of our some karmas that the Vyavasthit Shakti brought together the scientific circumstantial evidences and we are here. But the now next question is, how did this karma came up? So we had some bhav. Bhav of what? Bhav of knowing some truth, bhav of getting something divine, bhav of getting something eternal or one up, we can say. This all routine living, everybody is living. But what's more than that? What's the gist of my being? What's at the core of my being? So we had some bhavs. So that bhav was in the nature. And based on our previous projections or bhavs, nature accumulates the circumstances to give the fruit. So you are right that unless we had that bhav or that karmas, nature will not bring us to this connectivity, family or Dadaji's introduction or something. But now there is a second part that once we are enjoying the effect of our karmas based on our previous bhav, the new is being generated inside. So that new generation inside depends on how I am using my current understanding inside, right? So in a way it is punyanubandhi punya, means past punya I am enjoying, new punya I am generating in multiplication. How I am generating new punya? Because I have this wonderful understanding which I am trying to use inside. With this wonderful understanding, in relative living also, it tells me that let my mind, speech and body offer happiness or help to others. Let my mind, speech and body not hurt any living being. And inside I go that I am the pure soul self free from this. So because of the past, some good karmas based on past bhav, I have got this connection of this science or vitrag vignan or Dadaji, whatever you term. And that is again leading me to generate more powerful this good karmas or meritorious karmas or whatever you name it. So it is known as punyanubandhi punya. So karmas are nothing but there is a conglomerates or a collection of atoms and molecules on the inner soul, which is shapeless, formless, it's a divine Chaitanya energy, and then there is a matter having the form, shape, taste, touch, etc. So based on my bhav of helping somebody, bhav of teaching lesson somebody, or bhav of knowing something, truth, these atoms or molecules get sucked inside, they are charged as if we are writing in a computer terabytes or whatever memory. So similarly, in the presence of pure soul, with whatever bhav I am doing or mixing or merging or signing it, the atoms and molecules, when they were outside, they were in a natural normal state without any charge on it. But once with a bhav, they are drawn in and the charge is written on them, whatever bhav I am into, helping somebody or teaching lesson or knowing the truth or whatever I have. So they get stored inside, and this terabyte is nothing. Inside there is, I don't know, n number of terabytes capacity. So the causal body is formed and they get linked to the nature. Now the natural energy is like a vast land computerized system. So what that system does, based on bhav or projection karmas and based on the causal bodies, atoms and molecules, at appropriate time, it gives me all the circumstances together to give the result of that karma. So at that time it is effect, fruit or discharging karmas. Now while undergoing this fruit or effect or discharging karmas based on my inner state of being, which is according to my understanding, awareness and decisions, inner decisions, it generates a new one. So likewise it is functioning, and with this not only we will be fortunate in a relative living, but we will be generating much higher and much better, much purer, newer forms, which will take us to Simandar Swami and then to liberation. Okay? So, since you asked about karmas, I thought we can expand on to karmas.
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
After we build karma in our life, right?
Huh.
So we can go to heaven, we can go to hell,
Yes.
we can even go have another human life.
Hmm.
But what about animals and bugs? If you karma base, you can become an animal your next life, right? Or anything. So how do they build karma? Because say in your next life you become an animal,
Huh.
very good, bunch of humans.
Very good question. So what Dadaji revealed is, in a human form, there is both processes going on, new charge as well as the discharge of older things. In all other forms, it is only discharge. They don't generate the new one. So what happens once their quota of discharge is over, they come back to human form. In a human form, one can generate 8 new births maximally. That's what Dadaji said. So I can have maximum 8 births decided in one human life, maximum. So suppose I have one animal, like somebody. So that's a finite time duration of disposing those karmas. Once they are disposed, suppose he is the next photo of human, he will come back to human.
Oh, so after their next life is going to be human.
Ha.
So if
So-
they, just because of their karma, they became an animal their next life.
Just to get it disposed there, it is only discharge.
Oh, okay.
And once that discharge period is over, they can come back. So maximally 8 births one can be outside of human form. Somebody will be coming to human second, somebody will be fourth. At maximum 8 outside human, then he will come back to human.
So only human local karma.
Human have both the processes, charge and discharge, new drawings and effect of the older drawings. Whereas rest of the all 3 forms, heaven, hell, or animals, or means plants, animals, they are just discharging. So once that discharge is over, they come back to wherever they are, they should be the next. So that is how they come back. And first time it is the evolution process of nature. So from 1 sense, animal, 2 sense, 3 sense, 4 sense, 5 sense, that's a process of evolution. But once it comes to human, there is unlimited mind, unlimited intellect, ego. So it has both the things, charge as well as discharge. It is something like that at 16 or 18, what age you are getting license to drive?
15.
15? Whatever, 15. So before that, nobody teaches us where is the clutch and where is the gear and where is steering. But now that we have the power to handle the car, then everything is taught to us. Now the steering is in our hand, as well as the responsibilities also ours, right? So similarly, human form, because of unlimited mind, unlimited intellect, power to decide, ego, he has both the things, charge as well as discharge. The rest 3 has only discharge. Please.
The brigade animals are like we can't go to moksha from being in like straight from animals to moksha. We have to be in our human form
Yes,
to go to Mahavira Kshetra, right? So
yeah, please.
right when you're going animal, let's say you discharge like all of your karma, and now you're finally ready to get born into human form. Do you start at like a lower caste and then work your way up, or do you get born into, or how does that work? Like getting born into a random caste, higher caste, Paihavara, ke koi ni paiha, harugar ni harugar, te kevi na decide.
I understood your point. So, as such, the karmic mathematics is a little complex one, but I'll try to simplify it, whatever. So, how it happens is, see, in a human form, first let us understand broadly how this works. In a human form, whatever inner I'm generating is based on my attitudes, based on my inner whatever I'm projecting, or inner attitudes, or inner world, not on the outer world of actions or activities. Outer activities, say, for example, we all 10 people go to temple, for example. Outer activity may be same, we offer flower, but inner world of everybody may be different, right? So inner world, somebody may be genuinely going to worship. Somebody says, oh, I will meet my friends. Somebody says, because my parents post, I have to come, whatever it is. And somebody may be asking different other. So based on the inner world, I am sowing the new seeds. So if you see the human beings, there are broadly 4 types of human beings. 1, human, you say is a good human, sajjan. So I'm not unnecessarily hurting anybody. I'm not unlawfully taking something from somebody. I will not touch whatever is not righteously mine. So use only lawfully, what is lawfully mine, wealth or sensual pleasures or whatever. So as long as I keep the boundary for me to use only the lawful things, as long as I don't unnecessarily hurt anybody, I can come back to human. Now there are people superhuman, we say. Who are superhumans? They have the human qualities, but more than that. So somebody has disturbed me and has harassed me or whatever. But again, if he or she needs my help in future, I'll forget whatever they have done and I'll still oblige them. So obliging the people, even though they have hurt us or they have harassed us, is a superhuman nature, right? Or I'll be ready to give whatever is righteously mine. If they need it, I'll share even my righteous things with them. So that is known as the superhuman nature. So they go to the heavens or Devalo. Broadly speaking, I'm not going into minute details, I'm giving you broad term. Then there are people who are like animal instincts, animal attitudes. What are the animal attitudes in the present world? If they get a chance, they are ready to use the unlawful things. They do not belong to them. If they get the wealth which is unlawful, they'll be ready to use it. If they get sensual pleasures which are not righteously or lawfully theirs, then they are ready to use it. So in the present world, so many people have illicit relations or illicit use of wealth and other things. They have the animal-like attitude, so they can go from 2 legs to 4 legs or animals or plants. Then there are people who have the nature like a devil. So some things like this that see, if you see these bigger personalities, nuclear bombs and whatever, for what sake? Because you are not believing me, you are going against my name. So many devastating acts they are doing. That's like a devil's work. So they go to hell. So even though somebody has taken my name, I'll say, oh, I'll ruin your 7th generation, so you will not look at it. So for a smaller things, for a smaller pride, for a smaller heart, for a smaller loss, they will reciprocate with much bigger reactions or a devil like. So they go to hell. So if we see broadly, these humans from inner attitudes can be classified into these 4. Based on this, they can go. Otherwise, actual karmic mathematics, the conglomerates is a complex thing. We don't want to go into complexities. Now you ask that when they come back from animal or from the whatever, how do they come back? Or where do they come back? No. So it depends on what other stocks they have carried. Suppose from higher caste, somebody has gone to animal. Rest of the things may be good for him. So then he can come back to higher caste, not necessarily has to go to lower caste. So this caste and other things, what is there? Actually the Lord, the enlightened ones have described the discharging karmas or effect of karmas under 8 subheads. Gnana Varniya karma means the karmas which are obscuring my infinite knowledge light. See, this mind, body, speech, especially my relative inner self, it's known as antaskara. It's made up of the conglomerates of karmas, and based on that there are layers on my infinite knowing light or knowledge light, infinite perception light. So the karmas which are obscuring my infinite knowledge light are known as the Gnanavarniya karma. Then the karmas which are layers which are obstructing my infinite perception light is known as Darshnavarniya karma. The karmas which are obscuring my infinite inner energy of the soul are known as the Vigna karma or Antaraya karma, means obstructing karmas. The karmas which are taking my relative consciousness to outward world, they are known as Mohaniya karma, which make me believe that the happiness into other pleasures or relative pleasures, because they are obscuring my inherent, innate, infinite bliss. So these are 4 basic covering karmas, covering layers. Then there are 4 karmas which are not having the direct covering actions on my pure soul power, but they are related to body. That is the name belonging karmas. I have Nam karma, which decides my name, my physique and other things. Then there are Gotra karma, which you are asking, caste, higher and lower caste. They are known as Gotra karmas. Then there are Shata, Vedani and Ashad, means comfort giving and discomfort giving, pleasurable or painful. So all these, when they give effect, they will be either pleasurable or painful. Either it will be uncomfortable or comfortable, right? So pain or pleasure. So that is another. And 4th is the lifespan deciding karmas or Ayu karmas. So these karmas, when they are based on the effects they are giving, they are subdivided into these 8 types. Now, based on my inner evolution, inner journey, inner attitudes, there are subdivisions happening. So one can come again into the higher caste. Now, how the people go to lower caste by and large? So those who are indulging into more unlawful activities, non-righteous activities, they may go to lower caste. The people who are, say, if you see the lower caste people will have more tendency to steal the things, more tendency to rob the things, whereas the higher caste will have hardly any thought of stealing or robbing. Grossly speaking, not very fine-tuning, but this is how it works. But for us, what is important is we have got this divine vision, how best we use it so that we go higher, and just liberation. Is it okay for you? This question is answered. So this is how it works. But mainly bhava karma and dravya cause and effect, charge and discharge. And with this divine vision, our charge is very positively improved. Most of the wandering charging karmas are stopped. The wandering karmas which were making us wander throughout the birth and life cycles, most of them will be blocked. And few of them remain which will be of a higher quality, which will take us to Simandar Swami and then to liberation. So this is the inner scientific process this Gnan does for us. Actually, it's a big science. If you're interested to understand how this scientifically works, are you? Then I can discuss that. So what was happening previously, the pure soul is an element, and that element has its existential matter or substance, its innate qualities and its function. Similarly, matter also has its existential substance, its innate qualities and its functions or phases. As the two come nearer to each other, the third extra special properties do develop. That is, as in science, if you bring two things together, the new property will get generated. So here, what has new come up? I am Shailesh, I am doer, my Prakriti personality traits, anger, greed, pride, deceit, attachment, aversion, they are neither the property of pure self, neither the property of matter. But as the two come nearer, they come up. So this Jnana, it separates my pure energy or pure soul energy or the pure conscious from this. So it puts us into the pure self. And then there is a prajna, that is enlightened wisdom, which also helps us along with this Jnana. So what does that do? Our inner self is totally changed. As I say, I'm Shuddhatma, most of the karmas I just remain as an overseer. The old karmas will get discharged, but I remaining as knower and seer. The basis of karma charging were two things. I am the name bearer Shailesh, the firm conviction that I am the name bearer Shailesh, and the second conviction I am doing the things. Now with this divine vision, I know that I am the pure soul self, and I am by my own nature I am not doer. In relative terms, I have to say that I did it. I did the surgery, I did this. But inside I know that my nature is not to do the things. My nature is to know and see. I am just a knower and seer. So with that, I stop inviting a lot of karmas. And then whatever is happening because of prajna, because of such things, because of 5 sentences or 5 agnas, if you at all remember or do, it will be of a higher form. So this science, without even our knowing, works wonderfully well inside us. It's changing our inner world more than the outer world. Outer world also gets changed, but first our inner world gets changed. And for you, it will happen. It's the process. You just keep the vow that I also want to undergo this self-realization process. Right? You are remaining, right? Or you had it. And baki છે ને? हाँ तो
Yeah.
You want to go on?
What?
You want to go on?
No.
ના તે થઈ જશે તો ભાવ રાખવાનો કે આ લોકોને જે મળ્યું છે ઇટ્સ અ સિમ્પલ થિંગ 2 કલાકનો ટાઈમ ક્યારેક ગોઠવાઈ જશે તો યુ વિલ ઓલ્સો હેવ ઇટ that will be an additional thing that with inner bliss and inner energy and inner freedom you will live the life in a much better way. You will live the same life but in a much better way at an advantage, right? Because we all have to pass through stress, we all have to pass through situations, we all have to deal with the people, different personalities. So this light helps us to pass through happily, harmoniously, positively, meaningfully. That's the idea of this science. Please.
તો આપણે કોઈ આપણે કે આપણે નામ લીધેલો છે
હાજી
તે એ આપણે કે like after a picture like enlightened થયેલું છે અંદરથી
હા
તે like કોઈ આપણે હાથે નામ લીધેલો હોય કે like anyone takes નામ તો એ લોકોને they don't act on it, like એ લોકોને knowledge મળેલું but એ લોકો they don't act on it, but we say even you have not now, like it's working inside of you but they don't act on it.
Yeah.
So what happens then? Like doesn't do anything?
No. See, one thing is there that since we got the vision inside, there is first level benefit has occurred to us because we got inside. At that time we felt happy, at that time we felt or we perceived or we understood that I am pure soul self. Now he is not acting, he is not using, and I understand your question. So what happens? He will not have the advantage or the benefit which should be a continuous from that. And if I don't use that, I'm Shuddhatma. If I don't use five agnyas anymore, then I'll lose the advantage which should be ongoing. Otherwise, it will be ongoing. It's something like you have the dollars. You have the good amount of dollars, but you don't use it. If you don't use it, you don't get the things for that, right? So dollars are lying in the bank idle, something like that. Of course, you will feel that, oh, I have this much dollars or this much deposit. But unless you use it, anything, you have a light. If you don't use that light, even in dark, then the advantage of light, you are not taking the advantage. So it happens with the people because they have not experienced the real benefit of this Jnana or real benefit of bliss of Shuddhatma. They have not applied during the circumstances. They don't know how beneficial this is to use it. So it's lying idle in them. The seed is there, but since you are not nourishing the seed, it will not reach to the fruit level. So that simple terms, you will not enjoy the benefits of it, which otherwise would be there throughout your life, day in, day out, all the time. It's something, in other words, if I put, say, light is there, power is there, my phone is there, but if I don't plug in, the charging will not be there. I'll not enjoy the benefit of everything which is ready. So those who are not using the Jnana, not acting on the Jnana, especially હું શુદ્ધાત્મા છું એ પાછું એને લાવતા નથી કે પાંચ આજ્ઞામાંથી કશું એ કરતા નથી, તો they will not have the advantage or benefit or experience which otherwise this Gnan is having the potence. This Gnan tells us you are potent but latent, absolute. Inside our pure self is as potent as what was manifest in Mahavir or Dada Bhagwan or Sri Krishna or Simada Swami. But right now it is latent, right? It's covered. So as we start using the Gnan, we start getting the benefits of that. If we don't use it, we are not getting the benefit of that. It's as simple. So if we go stepwise, I hope you all understand three mantra well. Meaning khabar છે ને બધાને કે anything to be discussed about three mantras understanding, or everybody knows well? Probably well, right? You know. So why I am asking, because we are saying three mantra. Now if we say with a proper understanding, we'll have a exact benefit. If we don't have proper understanding, we'll have benefit, little lesser. So not only activity is important, but the understanding behind that activity leads us to better benefit. Why I am doing, what does it mean, what I am praying to, whom I am praying to, because we are connecting to those highly evolved energies. Okay, so if anything, we'll go stepwise. If three mantra is okay, I'll move ahead. Hey, do you know three mantra?
No.
No, you don't. Then ask. We are here to talk about everything, and anybody can ask anything. So even newcomer we love more because it's a priority. The people who know, it's okay, they know. But so see, what is three mantra and what benefit does it do? So Dada Bhagwan in his divine knowledge light saw that this three mantra is a universal mantra for everyone. Since time immemorial, this is the mantra. So what is the meaning of that mantra? We say Namo Arihantanam. So I bow to Arihant. Now who are Arihant and why to bow to them? So Arihant is a highest state of being which one can achieve in a human form. What is that highest state of being on my relative Prakriti side? The six inner weaknesses or inner enemies, some terms as Sadaripu, some terms as six impurities of anger, greed, pride, deceit, attachment, and aversion. If you see, almost all humans have these six weaknesses, more or less, right? So one who has conquered these weaknesses means all these six weaknesses have been completely vanished from this relative Prakriti, As a result of that, the inner pure soul self is uncovered and blossoms at the full experience. The infinite knowledge light, infinite perception light, infinite bliss is fully opened or manifest. So much so that the whole universe gets reflected into it. So our these Arihants in the past, Mahavir, Lord Rishabdev to Lord Mahavir, without any external equipments, they had seen through their knowledge and they have described, which the present science is validating that. They saw that there are living organisms in water, they saw living organisms in the soil, they saw that the sun or they described the properties of atoms and molecules, how they combine, fusion, fission, and everything. So that with the inner light, when it is completely opened out, the whole universe gets reflected into it. And such souls, completed or fully as full moon state, those who are living with the body, they are known as Arihant. Now, why do I go to Arihant? Because going them, I am connecting to the highest evolved energy. So my inner self also gets uplifted. Secondly, whenever I will happen to meet them, their aura and their environment is such that my impurities also will get vanished and I will be able to experience my own full state in a fully potent or manifest state. That is the meaning of Namo Yantanam. Namo Siddhanam, I go to liberated souls. Why I am going? See, Ram is liberated soul, Hanuman is liberated soul. Why I am going? Because my ultimate aim is to have the liberated state of being. Namo Ayaryanam, I go to Acharyas. Acharyas are who? In a godly path, one who has self-realized, one who has experience of the pure self and are able to teach or give the experience or pass on that knowledge to others are known as Acharyas. Namo Vajjanam, I go to Upadhyaya, means like senior teachers of the college. So they are self-realized, they are in the process of final accomplishment and they encourage others to go the same path so that they also get their ultimate bliss or ultimate full state of the pure self. Namo Loe Sauva Sahunam. I go to all sadhus. Sadhus are not by external means, they can be householder. One who has the self-realization, are in the process of accomplishment of the pure self, they are known as sadhus. So going these the four sentences then, Eso Panchana Mukkaro, Sava Pavapana. So this was the language originally when the Lord had used, but now we understand in our daily living. So Eso Panchana Mukkaro, Sava Pavapana means these 5 boings will destroy all the sins, means all the impurities which I have on my pure soul. And Mangalanancha Savvesin Padamam Havai Mangalam. Out of all auspicious things, this is the most auspicious in the universe. That is what they say. Why? Because it will open door to my pure self and start the bliss which is superior to any worldly happiness. Worldly happiness are welcome. We don't negate it. But this one is higher and this will lead to the journey to my infinite bliss with the infinite knowledge from light and infinite. So this is the meaning of first Namo Navkar mantra. Then we say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om is the collection of 5 vowels. A, U and Ma. A means Arihanta. A means Videha, means liberated souls. A means Acharya, U means Upadhyaya, Ma means Muni, means upper 5 points in concise form make Om. Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Vasudeva signifies Krishna was last Vasudeva in this time cycle. In each time cycle, there are 9 Vasudevas. So Vasudeva means in whose Prakriti or relative self, all the positive energy, all the positive attitudes are accumulated. They are known as Vasudeva. And they do have the self-realization, and Krishna gave to Arjuna also, right? Then Om Namah Shivaya. Now Shivling is just the symbol. Who are Shivs? Shivs are one who has the accomplished experience of the pure self, and they only have one wish of universal welfare of the humankind. They don't have any other worldly desire. They work and live only for the universal welfare of humankind. They are known as Shiv. So all the experienced, enlightened Jnanis with this wish and work for universal human welfare are known as Shiv. So these 3 boings are boings from self-realization to accomplished people. They are all present in the universe. They are divinely evolved souls, and if I go to them, not only my pure self gets uplifted, not only my impurities of the relative self get reduced or vanished, but even the deities will be helping me so that my relative living hurdles become less and I can progress easily to the path of light. This is the meaning of these three mantras. Now, what are the other advantages of three mantras? Speaking these three mantra together, Dadaji said it is one mantra only. So, like enjoying the full fruit. If we speak only one, it's a part of a fruit. Secondly, it gives me impartiality. If I speak only one, I will be partial. So, this gives me impartiality, and impartiality allows me to reach the ultimate truth. If I am partial, I cannot reach the ultimate truth. It gives me the inner energy. If I speak only 5 times in the morning and 5 times in the evening, I can experience that my inner light, inner strength, inner perception, inner clarity is increased, which helps me in my daily living also. So this is the significance of three mantra, right? So 5 times in the morning, 5 times in the evening takes few minutes. But if I speak with proper understanding, then it gives me proper focusing and I reap the benefits immediately. This is the cash bank of divine solution, right? So this is about three mantra. Then there is namaskar with your bowings, which is easily understood. I think all of you can easily understand, right? For you, if it is not, then we will discuss it later on. Then you have the prayer to pure self. Okay? Anything to know or discuss about that? Or it is fine? What is pure prayer to our own pure self? Do you know that or anything?
Prayer to ourselves?
Prayer to pure self? No? So Dadaji gave 2 things, 5 Satsasadhan. Satsasadhan means the divine tools for experiencing our Sat means eternal self. And given by the one who has the experience of that Sat or divine experience. So which were the 5 Satsadhans or 5 divine tools? One was three mantra, another was namaskar with your bowings, as we say in very presence of Dada Bhagwan. I bow to Lord Sri Simandar Swami present in Mahavidi Kshetra. Then I saw in presence of Dada Bhagwan, I bow to Om Parmeshri Bhagwan. I presence of Dada Bhagwan, I bow to Panch Parmeshri Bhagwans who are present in Mahavidi Kshetras and other Kshetras. Likewise, there are bowings. Again, highly evolved energies present in the world, in the universe rather. The third Satsadhan was prayer unto our pure self. So what do we say in the prayer unto our pure self? We say that, O pure soul self, you are present in every living being as well as you are present within me also. So then we say that, O pure soul self, I bow with oneness and humility to you. So we connect with our own pure self, that I bow to pure self within me. Then we say that out of ignorance, whatever the mistakes I have occurred, I beg pardon for that. Please pardon me and please give me the understanding and energy so that I will not do it again. Then we say that, O pure soul self, please give me the understanding and energy that the differences of mine with you disappear and I can be one with you so that I can experience your inner qualities of infinite knowledge power, infinite perception power, infinite bliss. So it's a direct source to get connected to our pure self to get its benefit. And you can, once your understanding develops, you can add some few more things also. Whenever we are puzzled, we can say, oh pure soul self, you are source of infinite perception power, please give me the correct understanding. Or we can say inside that you are the source of infinite energy, please give me energy to pass through circumstances, something like that. So this is connecting to our pure self, is the prayer to pure self. Then fourth is 9 codes of conducts that you must be knowing. No? So these 5 things prepare ourselves for these divine experiences. So 9 codes of conduct. Now I think we'll have some print or something later on. We can distribute. Do we have the
English macha?
English macha? You all of you need in English or in any other language or in all languages? English.
Share my point.
Share. Pass on karjo.
Okay.
Share with him. And if anything else is required, I have in my computer PDF, so I can share the PDF with you. So these 9 code of conducts are again for my daily living purity. So in brief, I'm just telling you the gist of that. In first, I say that, oh Dada Bhagwan, please give me such an inner strength that I'll not hurt any ego of any living being. I'll not make anyone hurt ego of any living being. I will not encourage anyone hurting anyone's ego, because ego is the life. What is ego? I'm Shailesh. It's my identity. So if I say you don't have any sense, you don't have any understanding, and if there's a blow on his identity, I can normally talk. But if there is a blow or hurt to his identity, means ego, then there will be a rivalry. And first of all, it will hurt me also. So the analogy said that ask for the inner energy so that you will not hurt, not make anyone hurt, not encourage anyone hurt anyone's ego to the slightest extent. In a second code, I'm asking that, oh Dada Bhagwan, or you can say, oh pure self within, give me such an inner strength so that I'll not hurt the viewpoint of any religion or faith or belief. Because if you see, there are n number of religions or beliefs. How they work? It's like KG to PhD. If the PhD student, if he says that lower KG student doesn't know anything, then it's not correct, because lower KG is destined for his level, upper KG, first standard, second. So there are standards of all human beings based on the inner evolution. So I'm asking for inner energy so that I'll not make anyone hurt or encourage anyone hurting the viewpoint, means foundational belief of any religion or faith. They are correct in their own places. They are not same, but correct in their own places, like KG to PhD. In a third code of conduct, I'm asking for inner energy so that I'll not have any disrespect, disgust, or disregard towards any teacher, preacher, monk, or nun. Because in one or other way, based on their understanding, they are trying to help the mankind or give life to mankind. If I don't agree with that, I can keep on. But I should not be if I am disrespectful or I have disregard or disgust, what will happen? It will have the clouds on my own self. They will not be harmed, I will be harmed. All this is for my self-interest or for my protecting my own inner clarity of self. So this is the third code of conduct. The fourth code of conduct is I'm asking that, oh Dada Bhagwan, give me the inner strength so that I will not have disrespect or disregard for any living being, abhav or tiraskar, or hatred for any living being. Disrespect, disregard, or hatred for any living being. Sometimes we say, oh, this is black, oh, this is that. Fine. But inside, everybody has a pure soul self, and outside, they are all based on their karmic. Right? So, better I don't have any disrespect, disregard, or especially hatred for any living being. Fifth, I'm asking for inner energy that Dada Bhagwan, give me the inner strength so I'll not speak harsh or hurtful words or harsh or hurtful language with anybody. And even if somebody speaks harsh or hurtful words to me, give me the strength so I can reply or talk back in a soft and sober language. So that's my, if I can acquire those skills, it will not be only helpful to my inner self, but I'll be a very successful man even in a world, because the world doesn't like the people with harsh or hurtful language. But the world will readily be happy to work with or help the people with soft or sober language. The sixth, I'm asking for inner strength so that I will not have any perverted or passionate words, thoughts, or actions towards any gender, male, female, or neuter. But I'll remain pure or free of the perversions or passions from inside. The seventh, I'm asking for inner energy so that I'll not have the temptation to any particular one taste of the food, but I'll be able to take the 6 tastes of the food balancedly. Somebody likes sweet, that doesn't take bitter at all. So somebody likes sour, doesn't take other. So it is for the body balance, mind, body, speech balance, that it is better if we take all 6 tastes. In the 8th, I'm asking for inner energy. So again, that I'll not be having any disrespect or not speak anything adverse about anyone living or dead in presence or in absence of any living being. And in 9th, I'm asking for inner energy so that I can be instrumental for human welfare, common human welfare. So these 9 codes of conducts are, I have to just do the bhavana. And if I do the bhavana, not only I'll get energy, but the future, these are the seeds. The future will be in the form of fruits, which will have give me such a high, good state of being in a relative that rest of the things will come to me easily. So this 9 codes of conduct he gave as the 4th divine tool, and the 5th divine tool he suggested is Dada Bhagwan Das Singh Ji Ka. Now Dada Bhagwan is not a person. One which was seen in coat, topi and dhoti was Ambalal Murji Patel, and who had to put on sandalwood on a 5th January 1988. Dada Bhagwan cannot be put to the sandalwood for ash or a fire of sandalwood, right? So Dada Bhagwan was one which was manifest within in the form of infinite knowledge light, infinite perception light, infinite bliss, and it is eternal. The more important, same Dada Bhagwan is within all of us. In him it was manifest, in us. With this knowledge it has we have started our journey towards manifestation. So once it is manifest, the inner self of us will be same as Dada Bhagwan. So when we say Dada Bhagwan Das Singh Ji Ka, we are telling to our pure self, so 10 minutes to 15 minutes, and we will have such a good inner state of being that we will experiencing the bliss of inner self like a nectar. All the disturbances, woes and worries will go away, and if we say for 50 minutes, we will have the experience of the Divine Lord within. So this is a 5th divine tool. So he gave 5 satsadhan or divine tools, and those who have this Gnan with his self-realization, then he gave the 5 basic agnyas or tenets. That by relative viewpoint I am Shailesh, by real viewpoint I am Shuddhatma, by relative viewpoint you are Arihant or whatever Avi, and by real viewpoint you are Shuddhatma, you are. So I also see Shuddhatma in all of you. Everybody, if I go out, I have the vision that relatively these are plants, really these are Shuddhatma. So how does that vision help me? So as I see pure self or Shuddhatma in others, my Shuddhatma blossoms. I experience my Shuddhatma bliss more and more, it gets opened down. Second thing, in my daily living, in each of us, if I see only my patient, I will have a different meaning. But when I see relatively he is my patient, really Shuddhatma, relatively Shailesh is doctor, really I am Shuddhatma, it gives me a new perspective, new energy, new balance. So I can better deal, and my patients also remain happy. So for you also, in colleagues, in customers, in clients, when you see from within relative and real, you will experience that, oh, it's transforming the world for better within us as well as outside. Because outside world is our echo only. It is echo of what is going within us. First echo is inside, second echo comes from outside. So these are the first 2 sentences, relative and real. And who is talking to you is relative. I as real is just the knower and seer, because my form is the knowledge light or perception light. So the Shailesh is speaking, I am just knowing and seeing what Shailesh is doing. So these were the first 2 sentences. The third is Vyavasthit Shakti or scientific circumstantial evidence is a doer of the things. So I'll do my best according to best of my ability, care, caution, skills. But at the end of the day, whatever the result is there, I'll understand that this is in the grand scheme of Mother Nature. So Vyavasthit. So what Vyavasthit does is it keeps us free of stresses and worries. Suppose beforehand our mind is so much stressful, then we can say that, look, try your best with cool and calm and composed, leave rest to Vyavasthit, right? If I'm able to do everything, there is no need to stress or worry. If everything is not in my hand, there is no benefit of keeping worrying or keeping stressful. So, as understanding the Vyavasthit, we have to do all our work in the best possible way, but don't become stressful. Understand that the rest of the things are going to be according to Vyavasthit. So, it so happened that while coming to USA, we came from Ahmedabad to Abu Dhabi to here was a connecting flight. The flight was initially said it is right on time, the immigration and pre-clearance to US, everything was done. Because for US pre-clearance they are doing at Abu Dhabi, and we were made to sit in that waiting area next to gate. So we are all waiting that okay, now they will announce boarding will start and so. And at the end moment, 2:55 is the flight departure. 2:15 or 2:20 in the midnight, just 30 minutes before departure, they says this flight will not go. It's a delay of 12 hours. First they said uncertain delay, then they said delay of 12 hours. We don't know when the next flight will be. So instead of 2:55 a.m., they declared the flight 3 p.m. and that too is not certain. So we say, oh, what is this? But then it comes, so, okay, whatever is happening, do your best, but rest of the things it's going to be as per Vyavasthit. So we did discuss with them that why can't you arrange another flight, whatever. But then we understood that, okay, these are the circumstances. So again, they took us outside, then they gave us hotel, few hours passed in the process and few hours at the hotel and we come back. So if we don't understand Vyavasthit, will be a lot of disturb. The thing was to happen the same way. The flight took off at 3 only. So we could have 12 hours of lot of turmoil and lot of disturbances. But we tried and then we understood, okay, let's see what Vyavasthit is unfolding. So that keeps us free of a lot of after effects or a lot of stresses or a lot of worries. And it's exactly the science, natural science. So third sentence is Vyavasthit Shakti. Fourth is dispose all the accounts or interconnectivity and responsibilities amicably with equanimity. So this is my file one first neighbor, then I all the circumstances, people, whatever I come across, maybe patients, maybe family members, maybe friends, maybe anything else. I decide, the awareness tells me to dispose or deal with the files amicably with equanimity. So I'm equibalanced from within, it gives me the good state of being. And the fifth is credit the amount in the Shuddhatma's account, means whatever this is being credited to our Shuddhatma account. If you say Charanvidi, then it gets credited in Shuddhatma's account. The rest, everything gets credited into Shailesh's account. It's a name bearer's account, which will remain here. That's required. It's the relative account. But what gets deposited in my real accounts, doing some Charanvidi, doing some Satsang, reciting my qualities of my pure self, all these gets deposited into my Shuddhatma account because it reinforces and it blossoms my real self experience. So these 5 Satsadhan, self-realization, Gnanvidhi, Charanvidhi and 5 Agnyas. This is the roadmap for our entire life. Nothing is there out in the universe outside the scope of these 5 sentences. So this is in nutshell. So have any more questions? Anybody having any more questions? So this is just the beginning of our journey, right? We are here for 3 days. You are welcome any moment, any time, middle of night, morning, whatever, whenever you have time, either in person, either on phone, whatever. I'll be more than happy to be with you, to share you. And the secret is what? Do you know? I'm not doing for yourself, I'm doing for myself. Do you know how it is true? No? So I'll explain you. How does it work? How does this principle work? Initially, I was feeling that I'm doing for others. I'm helping others. I'm making others happy. But then I realized that even before, suppose I decided I'll help my patient, taking less charges or whatever. I have not done the act as yet. No sooner I decide, I start feeling happiness within me. My energy becomes positive, my selfie becomes good, my aura body becomes positive, my functional MRI pictures, my SPECT scan MRI pictures become positive. Even science has found out that when you are in a helping, loving, caring, sharing mode, good hormones are secreted, which are known as happiness and health hormones, that they will positively affect your body, mind, soul, all. So even before the other becomes happy or before other is helped, I am being helped myself first. And before, see, we have a birthday of a child coming after 1 month. We decided, okay, I'll call few children, I'll have give a small party. We have not done yet. Not declared also that I'll do so. But from the moment we decide, we start feeling happy with it, right? So the rule is each action of mind, speech and body before affecting others do affect me positively or negatively. So if I decide to offer happiness to others, I become happy first. If I decide to help others, I am helped first. So while talking to you, you may be helped depending on what you take or how much is your keenness. But I am definitely getting help because my layers are getting shed off. My inner knowledge light, my bliss is glowing. So that is how I said that I am not doing for you, I am doing for myself. The reverse is also true. Suppose I am here And somebody will tell, okay, I have my clinic, hospital in Baroda. Somebody will tell, in your absence, your staff was not behaving well, staff was not regular, was not coming to duty, there was a lot when we came to the hospital. Then my mind will say, okay, let me go, I'll teach them such a lesson that they will not do it again. They are enjoying. What will happen? I will have a lesson within. So whichever action of my mind, speech and body which are going to disturb or hurt others, do disturb me first. So this lesson I learned by experience of this science, that each action of my mind, speech and body before affecting others do affect me first positively or negatively. So in my self-interest, now I have to decide what to do for myself, right? So that is how I'm doing for myself. That's the science behind that. Okay. ચાલો બીજું કઈ? You have not asked. આ બે જણાએ પૂછ્યું, આ બે બાકી. You have to bring out something. તો મજા આવે, બધાના wider perspectives આવે ને. Everybody is, we are one only. हम तो ઘરમાં બેઠા છીએ.
Okay, so દાદા ભગવાન की वर्ड था?
દાદા
तो गुजराती છે, so મને દાદા ભગવાન બહુ નહીં ખબર.
હા,
की वर्ड.
દાદા ભગવાનનું શું કહે છે?
So okay, તો અમારા માટે તો કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન મેઇન ભગવાન છે.
હા જી.
તો પછી દાદા ભગવાન કેવું વર્ક થાય કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન સાથે?
ઓકે, સમજી ગયો. તો ગુજરાતીમાં વાત કરું કે ઇંગ્લિશમાં કરું?
જે કરવું હોય.
નહીં, તમને what would you be more?
English.
હે? English. Good. So this is a very good question again. So we'll understand from different angles. See, Lord Krishna himself said that yuge yuge sambhavami. Have you heard that? No? Anyway, so it is something like this. And Lord Krishna said that I'll come in every ages, means 25, see, 5,000 years back, 5,100 years back, Krishna came. His knowledge lasted or gave benefit for few hundred years. Then again there were clouds. So the same knowledge light was obscured because of the clouds as the time passes. Then Mahavir came. So he again reinforced the same eternal truth or knowledge light. So it was the spell of 2,500 years or 20. That's known as Yuga. Now again 2,500 passed after Mahavir. So again some clouds came on the true knowledge or eternal light. So if we take Krishna's words, in every age he will come. But if he comes, how would we recognize him? See, even Arjun could not recognize him, even though they were together. So he asked a lot of questions to Krishna. There is, in a history, there is no great disciple as Arjun was, because by all humbleness he asked so many questions trying to understand genuinely what is. There is no great teacher like Krishna who tries to make Arjun understand by all perspectives. At the end, Arjun says that now my intellect comes to an end, I cannot understand further than that. So he surrenders. Surrenders means he surrenders his ego that I can understand. So Lord Krishna showers the divine grace. What was that divine grace? It was a divine experiment wherein he removed the inner clouds of ignorance of Arjun so he could realize his pure self. When his inner vision was opened out, he had a divine vision. What is divine vision? Beforehand I was knowing only one. I'm Shailesh, I'm doctor, I'm friend, I'm son of somebody, I'm father of somebody. But now that with a divine vision, Arjun could recognize that inside I'm pure soul self, outside relatively I'm Arjun, a warrior, but inside I'm pure soul self. When his divine pure soul self vision was opened out, he could see that so long I was believing Lord Krishna is my best friend, charioteer, my companion, but within him there is a manifest Lord, Bhagavan Chenindar, which is in the form of infinite knowledge, light, infinite perception, light, and infinite bliss. I'll give you another proof. The world and we recognize Krishna in one form, who was somebody loves Bal Krishna, somebody loves with flute, somebody loves Krishna, which gave the Gita's message to Lord means to Arjun. But that Krishna went away with a sword, with an arrow, right? So which Krishna is true? One which went or which lived us with an arrow, or one Krishna says, I cannot be cut with any weapon, I am imperishable, so nainam chidranti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka. So meaning thereby, with one vision I cannot understand Krishna well because I see only the outer form of Krishna. And that was a Vasudeva with all his divine activities. But real Krishna was inside in the form of infinite knowledge light, infinite perception light, and infinite bliss. Because he himself indicated that my real self cannot be destroyed with any weapon. Whereas the outer form went away with the arrow. So with these two visions, relative and real, which we are talking, if we look, then we can understand Krishna and his message properly. Otherwise, he himself said that lakhs of people will read Gita, only one will understand gross meaning. Lakhs of such people will, out of such lakhs of people, one will understand only subtle meaning. And out of such lakhs, only one will understand the gist or heart of it, and that will be me. So meaning thereby, to understand the Krishna properly, we need somebody who can open our two visions or divine vision, relative and real. And if we see with this perspective, these all the evolved souls, Krishna, Mahavir or Dada Bhagwan, outside they are different because depending on circumstances, their outer forms are different. But inside they are one by their own nature, by the knowledge of infinite knowledge power, infinite perception power, infinite bliss, as well as the fundamentals or principles. So Krishna was Atma Yogeshwar. What is Atma Yogeshwar? One who has the experience of the pure self and one who can give the experience to the others is Atma Yogeshwar. And one who comes into Atma Yoga. So Krishna was Atma Yogeshwar because he could give Atma Yoga to Arjuna. Similarly, in the present times, Dadaji gave Atma Yoga to thousands of people. So we came in Atma Yoga, so for us, he became Atma Yogeshwar. So the crux of the thing is, in each time cycle, somebody will come in whom the eternal knowledge light will get manifest or uncovered or unrevealed, who will be of Krishna's stature. And he will be able to give the others Atma Yoga. So 100 years back, what Lord Krishna did in that body, 2500 years later, Mahavir did to some extent. This time, Dada Bhagwan came. The second principle is, suppose it's something like that a doctor was very knowledgeable, but he is not present. Would it benefit you? No, the doctor who is present with a good such equivalent knowledge will be useful to us. So one who is having the present or in a time, one which is there after and a few hundred years to follow, his light will help us. So he becomes instrumental. Nobody is doer. The light is same, immortal, eternal. Principles are same. Somebody's body becomes instrumental in whom the light flourishes or manifests. So if it is understood with this perspective, Dada Bhagwan becomes instrumental in this time to understand Lord Krishna properly and to have the benefit of Lord Krishna. What Lord Krishna said for us, we can have the same benefit. So for us, both are same. With this understanding, not to hype the Dada Bhagwan, but with this understanding, we could understand that, they are one by their own innate natural, means eternal truth light. And the way they want to give us the message of that eternal truth. So one who is believing Lord Krishna can have, we have the session tomorrow at temple. Probably we'll be speaking Gita's language there. Or we have one at Boston. So many places we talk in Krishna's language and Gita's language also. Because the principle, fundamentals and understanding are same. The words may be different. It's in a lighter tone, the bottles may be different, the medicine or the content remains the same. Right? So you can also get same benefit, exact benefit of what you are trying to have through Lord Krishna when you understand the oneness between the two. And second important thing is, as the time changes, the truth remains same, but the way of explaining changes. Why? Because the circumstances are different. In present time, if we want to go by Gita slok, we cannot, because we can correlate with our present living. But same thing, Dada Bhagwan put in the present context, that open happiness shop, avoid classes, adjust everywhere, and then self-realization is knowing and connecting with Atma Yoga is knowing and connecting with the pure self. So Dada Bhagwan said, gave us the same thing in a little different words or little different way of explaining because the circumstances are different. Okay? Good. તે કઈ પૂછ્યું નહીં. It's your turn now.
So this is like more of a question about you, but how did like your life and like beliefs change when you started following like Dada Bhagwan?
Okay, good question. So, well, I had a vacation of 2 weeks. First one MBBS means medicals. First 1.5 year was over. So that used to keep us very busy with the books and study because it's very hard. But once that was over, and I was a ranker, so I was a third ranker in my class in the first MBBS. So then I got a little space or scope or time. So I thought, okay, let me have a look at the something else in the world. Medical books are going to be with me again. After 2 weeks, my class will start. But in between, I had some time. So I thought, okay, let's look at something in the world if there is anything else worthwhile. So I was just not knowing what exactly to know, but this was an instinct which came to me. So I pulled out some few books from the library, hostel library we had, tried to understand something. And in the process, I had gone to my native and somebody showed me the Aptaputra, didn't give me. So nature took me there. Before that, I have a curiosity. I had a curiosity as he had karma. So my mother used to sit for meditation and make me sit by side of it. I may be 7 or 8 years of age. So there was a book, pictorial book. And it was showing that if you do some good karmas, you will have good facilities like a flat, a big house you are having. If you do bad karmas, you will be having to do labor or you will be bullocks pulling the cart or whatever. So I thought, okay, if I do good karmas, the effect will be enjoyable, but that will not be forever. It will end. So good, enjoyable things ending also gives me pain. Again, during that time, I will do something good or bad. So again, there will be fruits. So doing and suffering, doing and suffering, doing and enjoying, these cycles will keep on continuing for eternal time or there is anything else. So my small mind was not getting answer. Who will give me answer? Then as I grew up, I tried to find answer, I could not. So this was my background. And it so happened that somebody gave me address of Dada Bhagwan in my hometown, Umargaon, which is Gujarat, Maharashtra border in India. And as I came back to Baroda, I was studying in Baroda and I was staying in hostel for medical because medical college was not there in my hometown. So nature inspired me to look for where is Dada Bhagwan and who is he. So in those days I had a bicycle. So on a bicycle I went, where is Dada Bhagwan? So luckily I got him. And then in first 5 minutes he talked about the same thing, how the karmas are, new karmas are charged and how the old karmas are discharged. So I was fascinated. Oh my God, this was my query. And within 5 minutes he's answering my query. And then he did Vidhi for me. So with that Vidhi, the inner joy started. And the very first day I experienced two things, that this is going on inside and my work is also going outside. How come these two things happen? This was the first ever experience for me. Person can have one thing, cannot have two parallel things. So very first day as I was there, first meeting 10 minutes with him. Then he said, go to hostel, come back in the satsang. So I went. But the inside was continuously going on. Whatever blessings he gave me in the form of energy, he knows. But inside was continuously going. I was not getting any tiredness or fatigue, and outside work was also going on. On the third day, I happened to get the self-realization experiment. And from that day onward, a different inner bliss started. That lasted for 1.5 years, where the inner bliss was increasing. I distinctly could feel that I am that conscious bliss, energy and bliss which is separate from mind, body, speech. Again, my ward duties, second MBBS, all work were getting done and this was also getting. So both the experiences were going hand in hand. And even my study, it helped my studies also. So that was the beginning of the experience which was not ever before. That's the beginning of my pure self bliss, my pure self experience, and this separate, which led me to continue this. And this over 44, 46, 47 years by now, always both has been helping each other, both have been going up and if I just count on relative benefits, leave aside the real experience, it's a personal, everybody has to experience. If I just talk about the relative benefits, it so happened that then after completing my MBBS and internship, I did my post-graduation little afterwards because I needed to, if there was a requirement for me to earn. So I started earning, I started my practice. On one hand, practice was there. On second hand, satsang was there. And third aspect, I joined my post-graduation. So ward duties again. So I'll from 8:30 to 1:30, I will do ward duties, then go to my clinic, come back 9:30, 10, even in between go to satsang. This hectic cycle was going on. But it was, with this inner, it was going well. I never felt that I'm overloaded, I'm overburdened. Only last 15, 17 days I left, I gave my clinic to somebody to read. In between I was reading tips and bits. I felt that 15, 17 days were more than adequate for me to finish my course. And we were 5 to give the exam. 4 were full-time in studies. They were giving exam at the end of 3 years. I was doing all the 3. I was giving exam at the end of 2 years. And I stood first. So Dadaji had said that with this inner bliss and inner clarity of your chit or reflective consciousness, even your relative works will be done easily in a shorter time. Whatever you otherwise would require 8 hours, this will be finished in 2 hours. And that I experienced during my postgraduate exam of ophthalmology. So 15, 17 days and I stood first out of 5. So this helped me in a relative also at so many places. So this is how it is to be experienced. So belief, you would say, that change means I had some questions and queries, then I got this. So main change of belief is within. That before I was believing I'm Shailesh only, I'm doctor only, I'm doer only. Then it changed that relatively I'm Shailesh, I'm doctor, I'm surgeon is correct. Really I'm pure soul self. That's a basic fundamental. And Dadaji said that you realize everything, you know everything, you Google everything, AI is there to help everything, but you have not realized yourself. That is a big mistake or a small mistake. And everybody would say not knowing self is a big mistake, right? So, but knowing self is not by words only. AI will tell you the description. AI cannot give you the experience. So knowing the self is not words, it's beyond words, it's experience. So it's something like you can lighten your lamp with a lamp who is already there with a burning or light lamp with a light. You cannot with a drawing only. You cannot have the lighted lamp for yourself. Are you enjoying or not?
Yeah.
Not fully. Do you get to know something? Do you have please?
What do you think are the best forms of good karma?
Best forms of good karma.
Yeah.
Again, a good question. See, let me clarify one more thing. That people think that karmas are based on activities or outer actions. The Lord says outer actions are important, but what is more important is what is going on within you in the form of intent and purpose or your inner state. I will give you an example. There are 5 surgeons like me. Outside, everybody is doing the same job, performing surgery, treating patients. Inside, everybody may have different intent. One may have intent of earning as early as possible because they have spent so many years. So as quickly as possible, I should earn, I should have a nice house, I should have the biggest Mercedes or whatever. So his intent is like that. Another may have intent that, okay, but let me see if I can be helpful or I can alleviate the miseries of the other people. So the karmas of both, even though the actions are same, will be a lot different. Because one has the intention of earning quickly, one has the intention of helping the people. So karma has one fundamental understanding one should have, that it depends on your inner state of being, and that's decided by your intent, purpose, or whatever you are inside. I'll give you another example also. Suppose some social activities is done and some 5 friends request the people that would you like to contribute, because it needs money, voluntary contributions. So somebody will, like me, will say, okay, $101, she will give 1,001, he will give 5,001. Then you know the doctor cannot be left for $101 only. So he'll sit with me, have these snacks with me, and ultimately will make me write the check of $11,000. Then he comes and he says that because you gave 11,000, people also give more. So thank you. Then I'll say, oh, I didn't really wanted to give that much. He forced me a lot that I had to give. So in action, I gave 11,000. Inside, I had a negative feeling that, oh, I didn't want to give that much. So my new karmas will be negative. Somebody could give 500, but when asked, she said, oh, if I would have facility or whenever I have, I'll give more. So he could give X, but inside he had a positive vow that if I have, I will give more. So based on this inner state of being, inner vows, and intent and purpose, I am generating new karma. So karma has more important part like this inner state of being, which the others are not able to see. Actions are important, not that they are not important, activities or outer actions, but more important is the inner intent or inner vow. And there are n number of examples, even Dada Bhagwan has reinforced this well, that in outer activities you could do based on the circumstances, but inside you keep your vows as possible as correct or whatever you need to be. If the inside is spoiled, you rectify that. It's something like that. Suppose we have finished our meals and everything in US and nobody comes without calling, but in India does come. So somebody comes at late and then we say, okay, welcome, and again prepare meal and we go to bed 12. So outside we welcome them, inside it happens, why they do come so late? And if they have to come late, they should have finished their dinner outside. Why they make us do? So these are the two things which one need to understand. And there are n number of examples in the scriptures that not based on outer activities, but based on inner state of being one has generated or caused the new karmas. So now coming to what are the best forms of karmas in the human which you have said. So broadly speaking, we can divide into two things. One, when I decide that let my mind, speech and body offer happiness and help to others. This is one broad class. And let my mind, speech and body not hurt any living. As far as my relative living is concerned, mind, body, speech and interconnected living. This one basic is there with me. Then it depends on whatever circumstances I am passing through. It's not necessary that I should hunt whom can I have, but this is my inner attitude, my inner resolve. So Mother Nature will give the circumstances accordingly. So this is one. So this is known as the main product. Whatever you are doing, you may be doing job, you may be having the business, you may be having something else. But whatever you are doing, if your inner intent is, can I be helpful to the people? Can I oblige the people? Can I make them happy? So even doing the business, you will have that at the back of mind. You are allowed to take money, but you will have a vision that, okay, let he or she get the value for money. Let I can add some help or happiness. Even serving smilingly gives them happiness. Something like that. So Dadaji said, if your main intent in relatively of obliging, helping, giving, offering happiness to people as a byproduct, you will get your money or living, credit or respect, trustworthiness, love, everything. So it's like a factory. So in a factory, once you take the main product, so many things coming as a byproduct are free of cost. So if your intent is like this in a relative living, in a real inside for the permanent, I have to have the vow that I want to know who am I, that is what is my permanent self, what are its properties, how can I experience that, because that will lead to the eternal. So these two broad vows in the morning, that let my mind, speech and body not hurt any living being, or let my mind, speech and body offer happiness and help to others, and inside I want to know who am I, that is what is my permanent self, what are the properties, because what will happen once I get that, the inner bliss will make me so much change that whosoever comes to me, I'll have the inner vow that he or she also gets that happiness. So that will put me in a higher form of karmas or higher form. So Dada Bhagwan lived for the same purpose. He had his own bliss, but then he lived for, okay, let one and all get this happiness and this real self. And so it put him on the highest level of karmas. So much so that Arihant, he generated the karmas of Arihant. So next time will be Arihant, highest state of being, helping hundreds and thousands of people as an instrument in the scheme of Mother Nature. So these are the broad guidelines. Then depending on circumstances, you can have the vows and you can decide your things. For example, sometimes we are requested to bless the newly wedded couple. So based on our understanding, we do the vow or prayers, that saying relative real in both of them, that both of you become cooperative, helping, caring, sharing, loving, so that both of your relative as well as real pure soul gets the best states or best beings. And not only that, but you become instrumental for so many to have the same happiness of relative and real. So that vow encompasses almost everything. The circumstances will be given by nature, but this broad attitude, this broad understanding, the broader framework of resolves, put all the karmas into higher forms. And one more step, while disposing the older karmas, how can we have the inner state of being where we do not invite binding karmas? That is known as a divya karma. If you have heard Lord Krishna's word divya karma, not then okay, no problem. But divya karma is a state where I'm undergoing the effects of older karmas, but inside I have such a scientific understanding of this knowledge that I'll not invite new karmas. So that's again helps in going to the higher state of karma doing, or higher state of living, whatever you say. So simply to say, not calculating every now and then mathematics, but if my understanding becomes correct, it will lead to correct vows or better vows, and better vows or projections or decisions will lead to better karmas. So what is required, Dadaji said only 2 sentences. Incorrect understanding will lead to all puzzles, conflict, clashes, woes, worries, weaknesses, and bad karmas. Correct understanding will lead to all resolution of puzzles, happiness, harmony in the daily living, and resolve bad karmas or have the good karmas, ultimately leading to liberation. So it's just the change of understanding, as he said, change of beliefs. What's the time?
7 વાગવા.
7 વાગ્યા.
Yeah, it's
10-15 મિનિટ કરી આજે પછી, અથવા તો whatever you want to, પછી આપણે go. શું નામ તારું બેટા? What's your
Rishi.
Rishi. Okay, fine. So everybody has talked a lot. It's your turn now. Whatever you want to do, you can just talk. And whatever comes to your heart.
Moksha as an
How?
Yeah.
What box?
So sometimes I get like angry or frustrated. So how do I like dissolve those weaknesses using Gnan, and like how do I stay in the like remain in a state of Shuddhatma in like my everyday life?
Very good. So everybody heard his question. He says sometimes I become frustrated, or as a result of frustration becomes angry. So how can I overcome that weaknesses using this? Very wonderful question. So you are absolutely right. So Moksha, what we do is how I start my day. I'll just share with you. As I wake up, I ask Shailesh, is it all right? So sometimes Shailesh says, let me sleep sometime. Sometimes Shailesh says, it's all right. So I say, if your sleep is on, let's get it and do something useful. So having said that, I spare some time to organize my inner self, as you say, whatever, because that's very important to organize, start our day with inner organization. So I say 3 month Namaskar Vidhi, whatever time I have, and I say the Shuddhatma's Guna, which will speak again. So that you will experience again that how good energy it gives us. Once we have made ourselves steady with Shuddhatma Gnan, એટલે પછી આ relative, I say, Shailesh, okay, you deal with the situations coming during the day and I am with you as a Shuddhatma. So Shailesh does the various functions or jobs or duties, and I as Shuddhatma remain with him. Okay, second thing, I pray Dada Bhagwan that, hey Dada Bhagwan, which is in the form of divine knowledge light or divine perception light in infinite is immortal Dada Bhagwan, not one which went away. So I pray that, oh Dada Bhagwan, please be with me and guide me throughout my day. So that is indirectly connecting with our pure self or asking for the divine energy to guide us. And then I go for work, and I also have the challenges. Sometimes the difficult patients, sometimes the patients not getting the results as expected. I also pass through, right? So whenever we start our day with this inner organization, we have a better inner energy, better steadiness, better clarity to pass through the different situations. All the situations may not be very easy, some may be challenging, some may be difficult, but that's fine. So Moksha or Shailesh will think for a while that, okay, what should I do? So then there are two things. I tell Shailesh, wait a little, the clarity will come to you. Or sometimes I say I'm source of infinite knowledge power. હું અનંત જ્ઞાન વાળો છું, અનંત દર્શન વાળો છું, અનંત શક્તિ વાળો છું. અંદર બે ચાર વાર બોલું ને એટલે શક્તિ બી વધે, ફ્રસ્ટ્રેશન જતું રહે અને ગાઈડિંગ લાઇટ મળે. That is second thing. Third thing, if still it is not getting resolved, I will tell Shailesh, have some patience, say Trimantra, એક બે વાર દાદાને પ્રાર્થના કરો, and some way will come out. Right? What is frustration? Frustration is not able to understand the situation which is unfolding in front of us, what to do, how best to do. When we are not getting clarity, we get little sort of frustrated. So it is something like that. Suppose there is a fog. You put on your fog light of the car, right? You increase the light of car and you can navigate through that situation. If still it is not there, you will take exit, wait for a while, have a cup of tea and wait for the fog to disappear. Similarly, inside, આપણે આ ગોઠવણી કરીએ ને સવારે ઉઠીને કે રિલેટિવ, રિયલ, દાદા મારી સાથે રહેજો, પછી વ્યવસ્થિતમાં શું બની રહ્યું છે, ફાઇલનો સંભાવથી નિકાલ. અચ્છા, વધારે ફ્રસ્ટ્રેશન થાય તો I'll tell Shailesh કે wait for વ્યવસ્થિત to unfold. Look what વ્યવસ્થિત is doing, and વ્યવસ્થિત will do ultimately everything which is under વ્યવસ્થિત છે. તો frustration ઉડી જશે. એટલે utilizing the જ્ઞાન at the appropriate moment from within. Who tells whom? In light of prajna, my real language tells to the Shailesh's prakriti, relative ને વાત કરે છે. એટલે પાછું એને ગાઈડિંગ લાઇટ પણ મળી જાય, સમજીને કામ પણ થઈ જાય, અને પછી again goes back to work. So I would suggest that start your day taking out some minutes, saying three mantra, saying namaskar with your whatever charges you, and saying at least શુદ્ધાત્માના ગુણ. પછી શૈલેષને કહેવાનું તમે રિલેટિવ બધું કામ કરજો, હું રિયલ શુદ્ધાત્મા તમારી જોડે છું, બધામાં જેટલું બને તો રિલેટિવ જુઓ, અને ઇટ વુડ બી વેરી ઇઝી, ક્લિયર. જ્યાં અટકો તો દાદાને યાદ કરવાના કે દાદા જરાક મને ગાઈડન્સ લાઇટ આપો, દાદા વિલ હેલ્પ યુ. અટકો ત્રિમંત્ર બોલો, અસીમ જે કરવાનું, સ્ટીલ એવું થાય કે વેઇટ, કીપ ઇટ till the inner clarity comes in. અને at the end of the day, frustration ક્યારે આવે કે આપણે ધાર્યું છે થતું નથી. If the things do not go as per our expectation or do not go as per our design, then you tell, okay, wait for the nature. Nature may have been something good. Here Dadaji's positive vision comes to help. What Dadaji said, favorable is food, unfavorable is vitamin. Do you like vitamin or you don't like? You don't like vitamin?
I mean, ગમે તો ખરું પણ like
unfavorable ગમે નહીં.
yeah.
હા, હું સમજી ગયો. એટલે having utilized all our measures, unfavorable કેમ આવે છે? તો કે nature wants us to develop from within. જો કશું unfavorable આવે નહીં તો I will not explore my inner energies, I will not get matured from within. So Dadaji also said કે difficulties are like speed breakers. એકદમ સ્પીડમાં ગાડી જતી હોય તો અથડાઈ જાય. એટલે સ્પીડ બ્રેકર્સ આર ફોર યોર ઓન બેનિફિટ. એટલે કે ઇનર ડેવલપમેન્ટ કરે છે. અને વ્યવસ્થિત સમજશે ને તો તને સમજાશે કે તને આટલું સરસ વ્યવસ્થિત જેણે આપ્યું છે, સારા કુટુંબમાં જન્મ છે, આ બધું બેકગ્રાઉન્ડ સારું છે, કનેક્ટિવિટી સારી છે, બીજાના કરતા તારી પાસે રિસોર્સિસ સારા છે, તો એ વ્યવસ્થિત આગળ સારું જ કરવાનું છે. તને વ્યવસ્થિત અહીંથી ઉઠાઈ રોડ પર નહીં મૂકી દે બેગર તરીકે. સો વન્સ યુ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ વ્યવસ્થિત, યુ વિલ હેવ અ પેશન્સ કે ના, એના લોંગર રનમાં બધું મારું વ્યવસ્થિત જ થવાનું છે, સારું જ થવાનું છે, વ્યવસ્થિત થવાનું છે. શું થવાનું છે? સો હેવિંગ ધ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ, પણ આ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન વિલ હેલ્પ યુ લોટ. ઇનર ફોકસ એનર્જી કરી મેં તો શું હેવાર ને બધું હેવાયર રહે તો ક્લેરિટી પણ સારી ના રહે, પરસેપ્શન પણ સારા ના રહે, એનર્જી પણ બરોબર વર્ક ના કરે. સો એવરીથિંગ વર્કમાં તમે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝ કરો છો, સ્ટડીઝમાં પણ કરો છો, એટલે આ ઇનર ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન વિલ હેલ્પ યુ અલોટ. એટલે આ જ્ઞાન તમને જુદી જુદી જગ્યાએ કામ કરશે. છતાં પણ એવું કંઈ થાય તો પર્સનલી યુ કેન શેર વિથ whomsoever you are comfortable. You can talk to us anytime. So at that particular situation we can see from different angles. Okay, how can we have this knowledge light helping us to pass through without getting frustrated. Anger is nothing but the outer result of frustration. When we don't understand how to deal with the situation, આપણને એંગર જેવું લાગે. પણ પછી મોક્ષને કહેવાનું કે આનાથી શું ફાયદો ભાઈ? એના કરતાં let us work on the how to pass through the situation in a proper way. એટલે જ આ બધું જ્ઞાનના આ બધું યુઝ કરવાનું, અસીમ જયકારો બોલો, આ બોલો, એ શું છે? To increase our inner bliss, increase our inner strength, increase our inner clarity, which will help us to navigate through the worldly situations also in a better way. Relative and real બંને parallel જાય. Right? તારે કઈ વાત કરવી છે? ગુજરાતી કે ઇંગ્લિશ? બંને તો તારે વાત કરવી કે આ બધા વાત તો ઘણી કરી છે. યુ આર ઓલ્સો ફ્રી ટુ ટોક. બિકોઝ 10-15 મિનિટ છીએ, અથવા તો તમે જ્યાં સુધી whatever time you tell us.
હું like બહુ impatient છું. Like
Okay.
મને like I want everything
Fast.
yeah fast.
Okay. But does it happen so? મળે છે ફાસ્ટ ફાસ્ટ? એટલે ના, આઈ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ યુ. બધાને બધાને આજે એવું જ છે, કારણ કે વર્લ્ડ બહુ સ્પીડી થઈ ગયું. શું છે? વર્લ્ડ વી પરસીવ કે વર્લ્ડ ઇઝ રનિંગ વેરી ફાસ્ટ, સો વી શુડ નોટ બી લેફ્ટ બિહાઇન્ડ. એટલે દેટ ઇઝ લીડિંગ ટુ ઇમ્પેશન્સ. બટ પછી સમજવાનું ધીમે ધીમે કે વોટ્સ ધ કરેક્ટ વે, ઓર વોટ્સ ધ બેસ્ટ વે, ઓર વોટ રિયલી ઇઝ હેપનિંગ. તો એમાં બે વસ્તુ સમજવી પડે. શું તારું નામ ભૂલી ગયું પાછું? ઋષિ. So two things we need to understand. One, એક તો ખાલી સ્થૂળ એક્ઝામ્પલ લઈએ કે આ કેરીનું ઝાડનું ગોટલું નાખ્યું તો કોઈ બી ઝાડ નાખ્યું પછી આપણે એમ કહીએ કે 2 દિવસમાં ફ્રૂટ આવી જાય આવે ના, કેટલાકને 3 મહિના આવે, કેટલાકને 6 મહિને, કેટલાકને 5 વર્ષે આવે છે. ઇટ ઇઝ નેચરલ. હવે મોડું આવે પણ ફ્રૂટ સરસ આવે. ઘણી વાર કેરી કઈ 2 મહિનામાં આવી જાય, આમ હમણાં ગોટલી નાખીને 2 મહિનામાં કેરી નથી આવતી, એ 3, 4, 5 વર્ષે પણ કેટલું મસ્ત ફ્રૂટ્સ આવે. દેન they last long. એટલે some fruits come late but they are beautiful and they last long. Some fruits come early પણ પછીની સીઝન ટૂંકી પણ હોય છે. વોટ એવર ઇટ ઇઝ. એટલે this is a natural science એમ કહેવા માંગુ છું. Similarly in our life the things happen as per the natural schemes. So what is in our hand? આપણે શું સમજવાનું છે કે પહેલું કે what independently can I do? What is in my realm, my control, and what is not in my realm? એ સમજશું તો આ બધું ઘણા ફ્રસ્ટ્રેશન્સ અને ઇનક્લેરિટી ઓછા થઈ જશે. સો લેટ્સ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ વોટ ઓલ કેન વી ડુ ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટલી. તને શું લાગે છે? વોટ ઓલ કેન વી ડુ ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટલી?
Build a career, like ભણો,
યાર, ટ્રુ. પછી
and job કરી શકો.
પછી એટલે આપણને એવું લાગે કે હું સ્વતંત્ર રીતે કરી શકું છું. પણ લેટ્સ ગો ઇન ડિટેલ. તારે એક્સ કોર્સ પરસ્યુ કરવો હોય પણ તને એ કોલેજમાં એડમિશન ન મળે, વાય કોલેજમાં મળે, તારે કોર્સ પણ કોઈ વાર બીજો કરવો પડે. ઓકે, યુ હેવ સ્ટડી, યુ આર ડુઈંગ જોબ. જોબમાં પણ એવું થાય કે આપણને જોતું હોય તેમ ન મળે, ટાઈમે ના મળે, મોડી મળે, વહેલી મળે, પૈસા પણ જુદા જુદા મળે. પાછો કોઈક વાર જોબ વાળો કહે કે યુ ડોન્ટ કમ, હાયર એન્ડ ફાયર પણ થાય. બીજી પણ શોધીએ. એટલે કહેવાનું તાત્પર્ય શું છે કે વી કેન ટ્રાય અવર બેસ્ટ but the end result is not always in our hands. It depends on so many circumstances coming together. All the circumstances, there is no one in the world who can control all the circumstances. Can we? અત્યારે આપણે આટલા બેઠા છીએ, કેટલાક બે ફ્રેન્ડ એવું બી કહેશે કે મારે આવું તો પણ કોઈ આવી ગયું, કઈ મારે જોબમાંથી લેટ થયું, કઈ ટ્રાફિક આવી ગયો તો આવ્યું નહીં. So it depends on so many circumstances and there is nobody who can control all the circumstances, right? So we are doer, but we are dependent on the circumstances. Is clear? Right?
Yeah.
Acha. If we go within us, આર વી ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટ અબાઉટ અવર માઇન્ડ? માઇન્ડ આપણા કયા પ્રમાણે ચાલે? એ તો કેટલીક વાર આમથી આમ દોડે તો આપણે બંધ કરવા જઈએ તોય થતું નથી. તો સ્પીચ પર ટોટલ કંટ્રોલ છે આપણો? ના, ક્યારેક ન બોલવાનું બોલાઈ જાય. તો બોડી પર હોત તો કોઈ ડોક્ટરની જરૂર ન પડે, અમારે ત્યાં કોઈ આવતા જ નહીં પેશન્ટ. સો લોર્ડ સેઝ that a life has two parts. One part where mind, speech, body, inner circumstances એટલે inner happenings આપણે વિચાર આવે, ડિસાઇડ કરીએ, આમ કરીએ, તેમ કરીએ, અને outer circumstances. This is one part. Emma, it happens. It happens based on the accumulation and dispersion of the circumstances which are scientific. તો એ પાર્ટમાં આપણે ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટ નથી, એટલે બધો કંટ્રોલ આપણી પાસે છે નહીં. તો આપણે શું કરી શકીએ એ પાર્ટમાં? ડુ યોર બેસ્ટ according to best of your understanding, care, caution, ability, skills. Leave rest to nature. પછી નેચરની સ્કીમ આખો એક રિઝલ્ટ આપી રહી છે, એમાં બહુ બધું ભેગું થાય છે. તો આટલું સમજીએ તો આપણને પેશન્સ રહે. કેમ? તો કે આઈ કેન ડુ માય બેસ્ટ પોસિબલ, જેટલું થાય એટલું કરું, પણ પછી ઇટ ઇઝ નેચર્સ પ્લે. એટલે સો મેની સર્કમસ્ટન્સીસ કમ ઇન્ટુ એક્શન. નેચર હેઝ ઇટ્સ ઓન પર્પઝ એન્ડ ઇટ્સ ઓન. અચ્છા, તો પછી મારે એ સમજવાનું છે કે વોટ ઓલ કેન આઈ ડુ ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટલી? ઇટ શુડ ઓલ્સો બી ધેર. એટલે ભગવાન જ્ઞાની પુરુષ કહે છે કે તમારી સત્તા છે, યુ હેવ યોર ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટ પાવર્સ બટ યુ ડોન્ટ નો. સો વોટ આર ધ ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટ પાવર્સ? તો કે while passing through these phases you are generating new ભાવ. દાખલા તરીકે હું અત્યારે ડોક્ટર છું, અમારા ભાવ મારા ચાર્ટર્ડ બીજા ભાઈ ચાર્ટર્ડ એકાઉન્ટન્ટ છે, તો મારા ભાવ બદલાઈ ગયા કે બેટર ચાર્ટર્ડ એકાઉન્ટ થયો તો ટેન્શન તો ના રહે, અને મારા કરતાં વધારે કમાય છે, અને મારા જેવા 4 ડોક્ટરને હાયર કરીને ચેરિટી બી કરી શકે છે. આ તો ગ્રોસ એક્ઝામ્પલ. સો ઇનસાઇડ આઈ મે ચેન્જ. હવે ઇનસાઇડમાં જે છે સર્કમસ્ટન્સીસ પર ડિપેન્ડન્ટ નથી, મારા અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ પર ડિપેન્ડન્ટ છે, અને આઈ કેન સે યસ ઓર નો ટુ ઇનસાઇડ. સો વન્સ આઈ decisively agree or disagree with the inner thing, and now seed પડે છે. ત્યાં હું ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટ છું. Once I have sown the seed, it's connected to nature, and when the nature give results by way of circumstances, I am not totally independent. આ સમજાય? તો જે પાર્ટમાં હું ટોટલી ઇન્ડિપેન્ડન્ટ એટલે કંટ્રોલ ડિપેન્ડન્ટ ઓન સર્કમસ્ટન્સીસ છું, તો ઇમ્પેશન્સ કરીને કે સ્ટ્રેસફુલ થઈને શું ફાયદો? એટલે અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ધ સાયન્સ. અને જેમાં હું સ્વતંત્ર છું મારા ભાવના પાર્ટમાં, ત્યાં મારે ભાવ કરવાના. શું ભાવ કરવાના એમાં આપણે વાત કરી. એટલે તે દેટ વિલ ગો ઇન નેચર એન્ડ ગીવ યુ ધ બેસ્ટ આઉટકમ. અને એનાથી આગળ આ સેલ્ફ રિયલાઇઝેશનની જે વાત કરી, તને જ્ઞાનવિધિનો યોગ પ્રાપ્ત મળ્યો છે કે બાકી છે? બાકી છે. તો કઈ વાંધો નહીં હોય, જો તમારી ભાવના હશે તો આપણે પરમ દિવસે જ્ઞાનવિધિનું કશું કરી દઈશું. જો તમને ટાઈમ કયો અનુકૂળ છે, મયુરભાઈ જોડે કે નિલેશભાઈ જોડે વાત કરીને જોબ કરતા હો કે બીજું કંઈ કામ કરતા હશો, તો વી હેવ ટુ ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ સમ સુટેબલ ટાઈમ ફોર યુ. જે પણ, અથવા તો કાલે કે પરમ દિવસે વોટ એવર જોઈ લઈએ તો એ થઈ શકશે. તો પછી હું જ્યારે એ વિઝન શું આપે છે, તો કે રિલેટિવલી ઋષિ છે તું, પણ તારું નામ ઋષિ છે કે તું ઋષિ છે? તો હુ ઇઝ I, who is saying is my name is Rishi. એટલે કે I નું મૂળ સ્વરૂપ શું છે? હું એમ કહું કે અમારા ચશ્મા છે, તો ચશ્મા જેને મારા કહું છું તે વસ્તુ, અને હું કેનારો માલિક ઓનર બે જુદા હોય કે એક હોય? જુદા હોય. તો માય હાઉસ કહું તો હાઉસ અને ઓનર બે જુદા થયા ને. માય કાર, તો કાર અને ઓનર, વન હુ ઇઝ સેઇંગ ઇઝ માય આર ડિફરન્ટ. એવી રીતે માય બોડી, માય સ્પીચ, માય માઇન્ડ, માય કર્માસ, માય ફિલિંગ્સ. તો એ માય વાળો પાર્ટ છે એને એક બાજુ પર મૂકીએ તો બીજી બાજુ શું વધી? તો આ. હવે માય વાળો પાર્ટ છે એ સર્કમસ્ટન્શિયલ છે, સંજોગો ભેગા થાય વિખાય. એને બિગિનિંગ પણ છે, એન્ડ પણ છે, એટલે કે ટેમ્પરરી છે. તો એને જે ટેમ્પરરી જાણે છે એ વિધાઉટ બિગિનિંગ અને એન્ડ હોવું જોઈએ. એટલે કે આઈ ઇઝ પરમેનન્ટ, રિયલ આઈ ઇઝ પરમેનન્ટ, અને માય ઇઝ ટેમ્પરરી. હવે મેથેમેટિક્સમાં એ મલ્ટીપ્લાય બાય બી કરો તમે, તો બંને પરમેનન્ટ હોય તો જવાબ સાચો હોય, અથવા બંને ટેમ્પરરી હોય તો જવાબ સાચો. અહીંયા આઈ ઇઝ પરમેનન્ટ એન્ડ ઇટ ઇઝ સીકિંગ પરમેનન્ટ હેપીનેસ જોઈનિંગ વિથ માય. કારણ કે આઈ પોતાનું સ્વરૂપ જાણતો નથી. ત્રીજી વસ્તુ કે નોવર અને ડુઅર બે એક જ હોય કે જુદા હોય? જુદા હોય. તો અહીંયા હું કહું છું મેં કર્યું, તો હુ ઇઝ ધ નોવર? એટલે કે છે નો ધ નોવર એન્ડ યુ વિલ નો એવરીથિંગ. આઇન્સ્ટાઈને પણ એવું કીધેલું કે નાવ આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ નો ધ ઓબ્ઝર્વર થ્રુ વિચ આઈ હેવ ઓબ્ઝર્વ એવરીથિંગ. એટલે જ્ઞાનીઓ શું કહે છે કે તમે છો ઋષિ, કરેક્ટ છે, ઇટ ઇઝ અ રિલેટિવ ટ્રુથ. યુ આર ફ્રેન્ડ ઓફ સમબડી ઇઝ કરેક્ટ, ઇટ ઇઝ રિલેટિવ. બટ હુ આર યુ બાય રિયલ વ્યૂ પોઈન્ટ એ તમારું સેલ્ફનું બેઝિક સ્વરૂપ શું છે એના પ્રોપર્ટી શું છે એ જો જાણશો તો you will open the entire treasure of infinite knowledge power. It will be beginning of opening of your inner treasure, which is your own, your core of being, which has infinite knowledge power, infinite perception power, and infinite bliss. Like it's a world is the puzzle itself. There are two viewpoints to solve this puzzle. One relating the real. એટલે knowing this whole human life is an ongoing experiment. A circumstances, inner and outer, the experiment no part, and I living with a given understanding is experimental. So in a scientific experiment, if we have the correct understanding of fundamentals, the application effortless correct થાય and result correct આવે. If I don't have the understanding of this experiment correctly, so no matter how hard I try, I will not be having the correct results. એટલે આ બધી impatience કે બધું શું છે કે not knowing the things fully well. અને અત્યારે જેમ આપણને ખબર પડશે કે આ માઇન્ડ બોડી સ્પીચ ઇનર આઉટર કેવી રીતે કામ કરે છે નેચરલ લોઝ નેચરલ રેગ્યુલેટરી સિસ્ટમ તો નોટ ઓનલી ઇટ વિલ ઓપન ધ ટ્રેઝર ઓફ બ્લિસ બટ ઇટ વિલ ગીવ અસ ધ ક્લેરિટી અને કેવી રીતે આપણે આગળ વધવું તો પછી પેશન્સ રહેશે. ઓકે ગુડ. એનીથિંગ એલ્સ? આપણે શુદ્ધાત્માના ગુણો બોલીએ અને પછી ડિનર લેવા જઈએ કે હજી બેસવું છે? બેસવું તો મને વાંધો નથી, થાકે હવે તો ડિનર લેવા જઈએ. એવરીબડી ઇઝ તમે બધા જેમ કહો જમીને પાછા બેસવું હોય તો બેસાશે. તેનો ઓલ્સો વેલ ફાઇન. તાર્કિક વાત કરી બેટા, બધી વાત કરાય, કમી પણ વાત કરાય. હા તો છે ને આપણે બે કામ કરીએ. એક શુદ્ધાત્માની પ્રાર્થના બોલી લઈએ, ગુજરાતીમાં પણ બોલીએ, ઇંગ્લિશમાં પણ બોલીએ, અને શુદ્ધાત્માના થોડા ગુણો બોલી લઈએ, ગુજરાતીમાં પણ બોલીએ, ઇંગ્લિશમાં પણ બોલીએ. વિલ ટેક 5-7 minutes, then we go for dinner. એટલે આપણું ચાર્જિંગ પાછું, કારણ કે આ લોકો અમુક પાછળથી આવે ને, શરૂઆતમાં આપણે બોલ્યા પણ એવરીબડી વોઝ નોટ પ્રેઝન્ટ, સો વિલ ડુ ધેટ થિંગ, રાઈટ? એક વાર ત્રિમંત્ર બોલીએ છીએ, શુદ્ધાત્માની પ્રેયર બોલીએ છીએ ગુજરાતી અને ઇંગ્લિશ, અને શુદ્ધાત્માના ગુણો બોલીએ છીએ થોડા ગુજરાતી અને ઇંગ્લિશ, and then we go for dinner. Is that fine with everybody? Okay? હા બોલ 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 બોલ.
મારા ભાઈ મને કેમ મારે?
કોણ છે તારો ભાઈ?
કિયા.
કિયા
બહુ મારે.
બહુ મારે છે?
બોલથી મારે.
અચ્છા, એને કહીશું આપણે કે ભાઈ મારે નહીં, પણ આમાં કેવું છે કે પેલા પોપટ જોયેલા છે પેરેટ્સ, ચાચો મારે ને એકબીજાને, એ શું છે આઉટ ઓફ લવ છે. શું છે? એટલે જેટલો લવ વધારે એટલું મસ્તી કરે છે. તારો ભાઈ તને રીલી મારે છે કે મસ્તી કરે છે? રીલી મારે છે ના બોલતે કે મારે નહીં, તને મસ્તી કરે એનો વાંધો નહીં, લાડ કરે તને પ્રેમ કરે પણ મારે નહીં એવું કહીશું બસ. ઓકે તો ત્રિમંત્ર એકવાર બોલી ડારી. નમો વિતરાગાય, નમો અરિહંતાનમ, નમો સિદ્ધાનમ, નમો આયરિયાનમ, નમો વજ્જાયાનમ, નમો લોય સૌ સાહુનમ, એસો પંચન મુક્કારો, સૌ પાવપણાસનો, મંગલાણંચ સૌવેસિમ, પડમમ હવૈ મંગલમ. ઓમ નમો ભગવતે વાસુદેવાય, ઓમ નમઃ શિવાય, જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. હે અંતર્યામી પરમાત્મા, આપ દરેક જીવ માત્રમાં બિરાજમાન છો. આપ દરેક જીવ માત્રમાં બિરાજમાન છો. Okay, we'll go to English. No problem. You are finding it difficult, right? So we'll go to English. O Supreme Pure Self,
O Supreme Pure Self,
you reside in every living being,
you reside in every living being,
and you are also residing in me.
and you are also residing in me.
Your real form
Your real form
is my real form.
is my real form.
My real form
My real form
is pure soul form.
is pure soul form.
I am pure soul self.
I am pure soul self.
O pure soul self,
Pure soul self.
I bow to you
I owe you
with oneness
with oneness
and utmost humility.
and utmost humility.
O pure soul self,
O pure soul self,
you are full of infinite knowledge light.
full of infinite
You are full of infinite perception light,
you're full of infinite
and you are
perception
full of infinite bliss.
and you're full of infinite bliss.
I beg pardon
I beg pardon
for whatever mistakes
for whatever mistakes
I have done
I have done
in ignorance.
in ignorance.
I declare them,
I
I
declare them
confess them in your presence.
in your presence.
And
Pure soul self,
please give me such strength
please give me such strength
so that
so that
my difference with you,
my difference with you,
my separateness with
my
you
separateness with you
will get dissolved.
will get dissolved.
I will feel one with you
I will feel one with you
such that
such that
I can experience
I can experience
your true qualities
your true
of
qualities
infinite knowledge light,
of infinite knowledge,
infinite perception light,
infinite perception,
and infinite bliss.
and infinite bliss.
Jai Satchidananda.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Now we